You know, when you look at the world, it's really like a high-stakes chess game. And in that game, military strength, that's the ultimate power move. So today, that's what we're doing. We're counting down the world's most powerful militaries for 2025, digging into everything from their budgets to their firepower to see who's really holding all the cards.
It's a pretty intense way to put it, but it's true. It's a constant test, a reminder that the balance of power is always shifting. So let's jump in and see which nations have really forged the most powerful forces on the planet.
All right, let's kick things off with our first group, ranks 10 down to 6. You can think of these nations as the established players, the powerful regional forces that you absolutely, positively cannot ignore.
And starting our list, securing the number 10 spot, is Italy. Now, as a core member of NATO, Italy's whole philosophy is really about quality over quantity. They field a super sophisticated force that's a huge player in global deployments, and of course, they pretty much dominate their own backyard, the Mediterranean. So, what does that look like in numbers? Well, you're looking at a defense budget of around $30 billion, which supports a really highly trained force of over 359,000 people. And that money is focused on two key things: a top-notch, modern air force, and a seriously formidable navy that's built to project power all across the region.
Moving on to number 9, we find Turkey. Its location is just critical, right? Bridging Europe and Asia. And they back that up with one of NATO's largest standing armies. But the real game changer for them, what's really put them on the map recently, is their world-leading drone industry. It has literally redefined modern warfare.
And get this, with over 890,000 military personnel, Turkey has just a massive force. So you combine that sheer manpower with a huge fleet of tanks and that really unique technological edge in advanced drones, and what you get is a true regional heavyweight.
At number 8, we have Japan. It's interesting because, their constitution puts limits on offensive military capabilities. But don't let that fool you. Their self-defense forces are an absolute high-tech powerhouse. The strategy is super clear: make up for any limitations with just overwhelming technological superiority. It's all about precision and advanced systems, and it's all backed by a massive budget.
And when I say massive budget, I mean it. We're talking $57 billion. That's what funds this incredible force. We're talking over 1,400 aircraft and a cutting-edge blue water navy. And what that means is they have a fleet that can operate anywhere in the world far from home. It easily makes Japan's navy one of the most sophisticated in all of Asia. Coming in at number 7 is France. As the European Union's leading military power, France is one of the very few nations that can actually pull off sustained independent military action anywhere on the globe. And they can do that because they have a professional expeditionary force and one other very, very important strategic asset.
Their budget is over $63 billion, supporting almost 500,000 personnel. But that key asset I mentioned, it's their independent nuclear deterrent. That's what truly cements France's status as a global power that can act completely on its own.
And cracking the top 6, we have the United Kingdom. If you had to define the British Armed Forces, you'd talk about their elite professionalism, their incredible technological innovation, and a truly global reach. And that's all spearheaded by a very modern navy and some of the most respected special forces in the world.
And that global reach? Well, it's made possible by a massive $71.5 billion budget. This kind of investment ensures that even if their forces are a bit smaller in number, they stay right on the absolute cutting edge of military tech. Everything from their 2 new aircraft carriers to their advanced submarine fleet.
Okay, so we've seen some serious military powers so far. But what does it take to break into that elite top 5? Well, the answer is a whole different level of scale. We're talking superpower ambitions, and for some of them, the constant pressure of a very real existential threat. So let's meet the heavyweights. For these next 4 countries, military strength isn't just about having influence in their region. No, it's about shaping the entire global order and, really, ensuring their own national survival on a massive scale. So breaking into that top 5 is South Korea. And its military power is a direct result of decades of living under constant threat. That pressure has forged a massive, technologically superior force with a complete laser focus on defense and deterrence. Just look at this number, 3.8 million. That's the staggering total number of South Korea's military personnel when you add up active, reserve, and paramilitary forces. That incredible scale, it's a direct response to the unique and dangerous geopolitical reality they live in every single day.
At number 4, we have India. which is really emerging as a rising superpower. I mean, they're the dominant player in their region, and they're in the middle of this aggressive modernization program, fielding a colossal military that operates literally everywhere, from the highest mountain passes in the world to the deep blue sea with its growing nuclear triad.
And if you thought the last number was big, check this out, 5.1 million. This isn't just a statistic, it's a statement. India commands more total military personnel than any other nation on Earth. That makes it a monumental force to be reckoned with.
Okay, now for the titans at ranks 3 and 2, China and Russia. China's strength at number 3 is just fueled by a massive, rapidly growing budget and the largest standing army in the world. Then you have Russia at number 2, which leverages its huge industrial base and a legacy fleet of thousands upon thousands of tanks. While China is pouring money into naval expansion, Russia's power is still very much rooted in its formidable land army. Both of them are true conventional powerhouses.
And that brings us to the top, the number 1 spot. You know, there's really a class of its own. There is one nation whose military power remains, at least for now, completely and utterly unchallenged.
Let's just start with the number that underpins everything. Nearly $900 billion. That is the annual defense budget for the United States. It's a figure so enormous, it's honestly hard to even wrap your head around it.
And to really put that number into perspective, the U.S. defense budget isn't just the biggest. It's bigger than the budgets of the next 6 countries on this list. That's everyone from the UK up to China, combined. The financial gap it's just immense.
And all that money, it translates directly into unmatched global force projection. It pays for 11 nuclear-powered aircraft carrier groups. No other country has more than 2. It supports an air force of over 13,000 aircraft. And it secures clear leadership in the next big frontiers of war, cyber and next-gen tech.
So, this is the landscape of global power as we see it in 2025. But it really leaves us with a huge question, doesn't it? As warfare keeps evolving, moving into the realms of AI, autonomous drones, and cyber conflict, will this hierarchy of conventional power even matter in a decade? Will this list look the same in 2035? Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see.